Hello guys, welcome back to another Christmas movie, 12 Days of Christmas here on Movies with James. And today we are reviewing Disney's A Christmas Carol. Yes, it's mad to think that this is a Disney movie. Actually, many people don't actually think of this as a Disney film. It is Jim Carrey in mocap as Scrooge. And it is a story that we know and love, I guess, in terms of the Muppets Christmas Carol, the other movies that there's been many iterations of A Christmas Carol. And they've even done one so far this, on this 12 Days series with Spirited, because that's very much taken inspiration from the Charles Dickens movie. This one, however, is directed by Robert Zemeckis. Robert Zemeckis is very famous for the Back to the Future stuff, Forrest Gump, all of that, Castaway, etc. But also Christmas-wise, he did Polar Express, which is another one of my personal favourites for Christmas, which I haven't got to yet, but hopefully I will. So as I say, this is directed by Robert Zemeckis, using mocap, very similar to what he did on Polar Express, but this time using Jim Carrey, who is very, very good, actually, at mocap, and getting into that role of Scrooge. He plays the role really well, and you can imagine him actually on set being this character. It does give vibes of that. That's one of my biggest criticisms with that, but I'll start with this right away. This would have been much better as live action with Jim Carrey in the role, because you're imagining what he's like. He's like this anyway, so why give the 3D or the 3D animation kind of thing over the top? Just make it a live action movie. I know they went into it making that, but I think maybe down the line they thought, this would have been good as live action because Jim Carrey's performance is really good. So yeah, it's a bit of a shame that it wasn't in live action in my opinion, but it definitely is a pleasant movie to watch nonetheless. It has good moments there. Obviously the story is, Scrooge is a bad person. Three ghosts, like haunt him, I guess, on Christmas Eve, and ultimately he wakes up Christmas Day and he's really joyful and he's learned a lot of life lessons. It's a really good story, a very timeless story, hence how it's been around for years and years and years now, and it's going to be readapted many years to come, as I say, with Spirited readapting in a musical form and doing different things there. I said we got Jim Carrey in there, of course, but we also do get some more people. So we also get Gary Oldman, who is playing Bob Cratchit. We also get Colin Firth, who's voicing Fred. Robin Wright is in there, Bob Hoskins, and we also get Carey Elwes, also making up some of the cast there. So some of the other ones I'm not really sure who they are, but we do get, as I say, Colin Firth and Gary Oldman. And to be honest, they didn't really come across that much to me in the film. Obviously, Jim Carrey's got a particular style of me about him, and he is all about this film, to be honest. And he did well, I think, in the film ultimately. And yeah, it was a pleasant experience, as I said. We know what this story is, though. We've known this, to be rehashed over and over again. And I think some of the things that maybe this movie did miss a little bit was the charm that I like in Polar Express. For me, Polar Express is like flawless. There's nothing about it that is bad, in my opinion. I think it's fantastic, but this one just missed a little bit of charm, a little bit of joy, a little bit of, pleasantness. It was good, but it just missed that little bit more to make it, for me, really, really good. Which is why I rated this about an average score of 3.5 stars. It's good because technically it's fantastic from, was 15 years old now, 2009. So technically it looked fantastic for a film that came out 15 years ago, as I say, and it definitely does hold up now in 2024. But I think there's just some bits in there where it's just not as magical for me and all of that. I vaguely remember going to cinema to see this in a View Cinema in Cardiff. So I remember seeing this in the cinema, and it was really busy at the time when it came out. It's revolutionary back then. But in 2024, does it hold up? Yes, it does. It's a good Christmas Carol story to introduce your kids to and all that. But I think if you was going to really show them or wanted to show anyone a Christmas Carol story, I think everyone agrees that the Muppets one is probably the best. And stay tuned, because that might come out on the spinny wheel thing for this video series. We do get a fantastic score in there, though, from Alan Silvestri, who did all the Avengers scores and stuff like that. So very, very much a household name nowadays. But, back in 2009, maybe wasn't so much. But Alan Silvestri did really well with the score. And to be honest, just him and Robert Zemeckis work on many projects over the years. So for me, it just carries on and it just continues on in terms of that partnership of score and director, similar to like Spielberg and John Williams. They've got like this unison, these two people, that just works really well. So there it is, A Christmas Carol. I gave it a 3.5 star. Have you seen A Christmas Carol, the Jim Carrey version? Let me know your thoughts down below. If you are interested, it's on Disney Plus right now, or I picked it up in last week's Blu-ray hunt, actually, for £2 in CEX. So it is out there to find. But that is another day done of the 12 Days of Christmas. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon. And of course, we'll see you in another one. Goodbye.